From cars drifting sideways through Jizan streets after 70 millimeters of rain in an hour, and a glacier-burst torrent that wiped out homes in Uttarakhand's Dharali village, to Texas's Guadalupe River leaping 26 feet in 45 minutes, and China's Rongjiang River flooding malls for the first time in 30 years, these scenes show how swiftly water turns lethal. Here are top 10 most terrifying flash flood events caught on camera. On March 19, 2020, a line of thunderstorms rolled off the Red Sea and stalled over Jizan in southwest Saudi Arabia. In less than an hour, more than 70 millimeters of rain pounded the streets, turning main roads into rivers. Dash cams and shop cameras caught cars floating sideways as brown water spilled over curbs and into storefronts. Local authorities reported no deaths, but towed more than 40 stranded vehicles once water levels dropped. Power crews worked past midnight to restore 2 toppled transformers and clear mud from drainage grates. Saudi Arabia's National Center for Meteorology says flash flood risk will remain high each spring until new stormwater tunnels around Jizan are complete. Residents are urged to move cars to higher ground and avoid underpasses at the first sign of heavy rain. On 5 August 2025, a sudden rush of water and debris roared out of a side valley above Dharali village in Uttarkashi, Uttarakhand. Satellite data later pointed to a hanging glacier collapse or glacial lake breach high in the Harsal range. Within minutes, the surge reached the Bhagirathi River, wiping out homes and shops along the main road. Local phones captured the brown walls swallowing rooftops, while power poles snapped like matchsticks. Rescue sirens echoed through the gorge as villagers scrambled uphill. State officials confirmed at least 16 deaths and more than 100 people missing after the first 48 hours. Border Roads Organization crews used excavators to clear Highway 34, but could only work between fresh bursts of runoff. Glaciologists warn that warmer summers keep high-altitude ice unstable. More outburst floods are likely until the monsoon ends. On July 4, 2025, a mesoscale convective vortex stalled over central Texas and dumped up to 20 inches of rain on the hill country in just a few hours. The Guadalupe River climbed more than 26 feet in 45 minutes, overtopping banks and sweeping away bridges, cars, and entire cabins. A phone clip from Kerr County shows floodwater slamming through Camp Mystic, an all-girl summer retreat, as counselors shout for the campers to reach higher ground.
It's bad over here. In front of the house, it's like a river. I mean, it's like a lake. They can't come look. We've lost our cars, everything. We've lived here for 30 years, and this has never happened. Look, So anybody, please, if you have a boat or something, I need help. I need to get my dad out of here. It's starting to smell like sewer in here.
The final toll stood at 135 deaths statewide, with 117 in Kerr County alone, and 27 of those at Camp Mystic. Thousands of homes were destroyed, 9 highway bridges collapsed, and sections of the famed River Road simply disappeared. On August 24, 2025, a cloudburst storm dropped more than 120 millimeters of rain across northern Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Pakistan. Runoff funneled into mountain gullies and turned the Swat and Deer rivers into brown torrents within an hour. Phone footage shows water bursting over road embankments and sweeping away parked cars like toys. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa's PDMA confirmed 11 deaths and more than 1,700 homes damaged across Swat, Lower Deer, and Chitral. Crews used excavators to clear mud from National Highway 45, but 9 washed-out bridges will take weeks to rebuild. On July 9, 2025, days of torrential rain pushed the Rongjiang River in Guizhou, China, to levels not seen in 30 years. Water spilled over embankments before dawn, turning streets into fast-moving channels and submerging ground-floor shops. Security cameras inside a riverside mall recorded mannequins and shelves floating past shuttered storefronts. Provincial officials said more than 12,000 people were moved to shelters, and at least 3,000 homes took flood damage. Power was cut to 2 industrial parks after transformers shorted under rising water. Meteorologists warned that saturated ground and more rain could keep the river high for several days. On July 17, 2024, a sudden burst of meltwater above the Shigar Valley in Baltistan, northern Pakistan, turned a dry riverbed into a churning torrent of sand and silt. Phone footage shows a tan wall sweeping across the valley floor, lifting dust as high as nearby poplar trees. Villagers dash to higher terraces while livestock scatter ahead of the flow. No fatalities were reported, but fields of barley and apricot trees were buried beneath half a meter of sediment. Road crews later spent 2 days clearing the Skardu-Shigar Link Road and reopening access to the upper valley. Glaciologists warn that rising summer temperatures are increasing the risk of sudden sand-laden floods in Baltistan. On the 22nd of July, 2025, heavy monsoon rain swelled the Narmada River near Jabalpur in Madhya Pradesh, India. A lorry loaded with household LPG cylinders attempted to ford a low causeway just as water levels rose. Eyewitness video shows the current lifting the 6-ton truck sideways and dragging it downstream. Local officials later confirmed the driver escaped through a side window moments before the vehicle flipped. Divers recovered the intact cylinders the next morning after the flow subsided. That's so lucky. On August 4, 2023, torrential rain linked to Typhoon Doksuri's remnants pushed the Mudan River over its banks in Mudanjiang, Heilongjiang province. Water swept through low-lying suburbs, lifting prefabricated houses and wooden sheds clean off their foundations. Phone footage shows entire dwellings drifting down the main channel like makeshift barges.
大哥把车停这里头好了，这里头绑着。
派出所那样说，现在说。房子走了，看着没有？
看着了，看着了。哎，我的棒棒也得完了。
看见没有？这房子都冲走了。 房子还在水里，看，完了。
City officials later reported 2 deaths, 15 injuries, and the evacuation of nearly 12,000 people. Crews used excavators to close a breached embankment and guide floating debris toward a weir outside the urban core. The Heilongjiang Water Resources Department warns the river will remain high until upstream reservoirs finish controlled releases. On 14th August 2023, days of relentless monsoon rain turned the Bias River into a churning torrent near Pandoh in Himachal, Pradesh, India. Floodwater clawed away at the footings of a 2-lane highway bridge linking Mandi with outlying hill towns.
Kasi iya ben.
State engineers confirmed the foundations had been scoured clear by water flowing more than 5 meters above normal. Crews erected temporary Bailey spans downstream, but full reconstruction is expected to take at least 6 months. On August 8, 2025, a sudden burst of meltwater from the Shutubar Glacier roared into Gulmit in Gojal, Hunza. The brown surge uprooted tall poplar trees and swept through orchards and lanes in minutes. Residents filmed as the torrent snapped wooden bridges and tore away roadbeds. Officials counted 3 road links destroyed and 3 timber bridges gone, cutting off access to upper farms. Repair teams also found 5 irrigation intakes and 1 potable line washed out, leaving fields dry and households short of water. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more just like it, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. And don't forget the latest video. With that, thank you all for watching, and we hope to see you in the next one.